Good morning, Flosstube friends. It is Thursday, August 8th here in sunny, very hot Texas. Before I begin this short catch-up video, I do want to express my thoughts and prayers toward anyone who has been affected by or is presently being affected by what was Hurricane Debbie and now is Tropical Storm Debbie. So much loss, very difficult. Don't want to ignore that as I sit here with my typical summer day here in Texas. So thoughts and prayers toward all of you in the middle of this storm. I've not been gone very long. We had a video, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. Thank you if you watched, and thank you for your sweet comments. But I had two finishes and 3 new starts. So I had to come back because some of the finishes will be going to other places, and I'll explain that in just a minute. So happy if you're here with me. If you're new, welcome. Old friends, thank you for being here. Let's jump in. I won't keep you long today. And maybe I'll be able to come back at the end of August with more updates. I think I'm on a little bit of a roll as far as finishing and moving forward. I hope that continues. And I hope that is the case for you, no matter what projects you're working on. We've had a lot going on, and I might remember to give a brief update at the end. If not, you know I'll catch you up later. So if you are my daughter Elizabeth, walk away for about a minute. I'd like to show your very sweet finished baby Afghan, but I want it to be a surprise, so please don't look, and I'll tell you when you can come back. I made this Afghan for a baby girl expected in the fall, and I used Caron baby cakes. It took 2 of the baby cakes, and the color is Petals. She wanted the pinks and the lavenders, and oh people, this is one of my favorite baby Afghans I've made, I think. This is the Suzette stitch, which is a single crochet and a double crochet done in the same stitch, and then you skip a stitch and do another, just that pattern on repeat, and then my usual single crochet border. But look at these colors. Aren't those luscious? I actually made this Afghan bigger than I normally do for a baby, but I think it's the perfect amount of stitches to almost use up my 2 cakes of yarn. Today it will be washed and dressed and blocked a little bit to get that border in a good place, but can't wait to meet sweet baby who will be wrapped up in this. Okay, Elizabeth, if you're watching, you can come back. Then, if you remember, I have been working, sorry to look away, I'm trying to find my book, on Hands Across the Sea, Rachel Sheard, 1900, aged 82. I actually got it right this time. And this was the sampler I could not put down. And I have finished it. This weekend, Rachel Sheard is completed. And we hope to go to the framer maybe this afternoon if he is in. He was not in yesterday. Guys, this is gonna be a favorite forever and ever. Let me move this and I'll get my board. It is going to go in our living room somewhere. We're not sure where. But look at this beauty. Oh my word, she is definitely going to be a favorite. Reds, greens, a little bit of light blue and pink, and of course the black. I filled in a flower that I had left out up here. One of my sweet viewers noticed that. Filled in all those green leaves. Finished the border around the edges. I did get frustrated stitching 2 rows of the green border on the outside of this red, but I think it was just because one row would have felt like a finish, and then I had to go back and do another row, but it really sets off the design. So I'm glad I did what the pattern called for. I fixed my issues up in my floral motifs there. That required a little bit of frogging, but just had all kinds of stitching fun with this design, and I cannot wait to have it hanging in our home. Let me try to get a little closer. This is on 32 count linen. I did find my little paper that identified the linen, and all it said was antique ivory 32 count. So whatever this was, I wish I could buy some more, but I don't know what it was. So much fun. And I think 32 count may be my sweet spot. It was not difficult for my eyes or my needle. You know, you kind of learn after a while what your best linen is. And I will use smaller counts, but I still love my 32 count. So then, as we were getting that one ready to take to be framed, my husband wanted to pull out 2 or 3 smalls. We actually have 3 out here to add to the framing list. So, in preparation for holidays that will be here before we know it, this is Blackbird Designs Merry Christmas Sampler. Now, I have no clue what this linen is. I don't know that I would ever find the paper, but I like it. It's more mottled than I normally use. Has a little bit of a green cast to it. This sampler pattern was a gift from the same daughter for whom I made the Afghan. Thank you, Elizabeth. I love it so much. And you can see it is a small sampler. Not necessarily traditional Christmas colors, but just timeless. So it will go to the framers. Now this is like a year ago finish, or maybe 2 years ago. This is not a current finish. It's just something else that's going to the framer. And then out of the archives, for another holiday, which is also going to be here before we know it, Be Ye Thankful. And this is Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. Not sure about this linen either. I can look this one up. But again, this was a delightful stitch. The colors were such fun to work with. And all those motifs, and I especially love her lettering on this one. So we hope to have it up for November. Get a little closer. Again, this was finished probably a year or 2 ago, and if you've been with me, you've seen those. They've just been with the ones that needed framing. The last one, I do not remember when I stitched this. This has been in those stacks forever and ever, but it is... Oh guys, I hope it's either Country Cottage Needleworks or Little House Needleworks, and I'm not sure. But count your blessings. And this will be framed for use in our kitchen. It matches another piece I had done with sheep that I believe was the Scarlet. Oh goodness. I'll have to look that one up for you. When I get these 2 framed, I will show them both to you, and we'll talk about who designed them. Hopefully I can find this one. It's just done on a 32 count linen as well. The sheep, the house, the sentiment, everything is just what we love. So hopefully the next time you see me, I will be showing you those from the framer. Now, before we move on to new starts, let me show you Miss Lucy, who is rattling around and sniffing around under my feet. I don't know what she's sniffing. Excuse me for disappearing. Here is the girl who's getting shaggy again. Her hair grows as fast as mine, I think. She's looking out the window instead of looking at you. Ah, just an old lady. Sleep, eat, bark, repeat. Mostly sleep and eat. I don't know what she's looking for walking around sniffing. but she's my girl. She's a happy girl most of the time. I was outside with her yesterday and our neighbor came over to talk, and she does not like him. She barks, but then once I put her down and she realizes who it is, she's okay. Well, he chatted a good while and she just sat at my feet, and she kept getting up, like trying to go in the house, saying, "Mama, it's hot." Anyway, she sees something out the window, so maybe she'll calm down. We'll go out in a minute, okay? Good girl. Oh, heavy girl. Oh, it's almost too hot for her to walk with my husband at night. Okay, oh, I did get this piece mounted in the hoop, but I have not found, let me get my board. I have not found ribbon that I'm happy with. I want to do something to decorate the hoop. So the ribbon I got, I'm not pleased with. So I'm still working on decorating, but it's ready to hang until I find what I want to put up there at the top. So I thought I would show you that it is finished, except for embellishment. Okay, 3 new starts. That math doesn't work, does it? 1 big finish, 3 new starts. If you are my friend Natalie, who is Home Sweet Home Handmade, and you are watching, would you please either close your eyes or walk out of the room? I acquired a new book this last few weeks by Alicia Paulson. It is called Embroidery Companion. And I've been looking for something special to make for Natalie. Well, guys, I came across this beautiful pattern. It is called Eyelet Sampler. Isn't that just gorgeous? And I think it fits Natalie's Home Sweet Home handmade decor. So I started this on a beautiful piece of darker blue even weave, and I'm just using DMC Blanc or white. And let me show you what I have so far. Oh, pickle, let's see if we can. Okay, there we go. Aren't those beautiful on that blue? So I'm hoping to get the whole sampler done and finished before we go to the UK in the fall, in the hope that maybe I'll get to see my friend Natalie, whom I've never met. Maybe we can meet up somewhere, but we'll see. I've got to get busy. Okay, Miss Natalie, you can come back. I hope you didn't hear too much of that. Sorry, I keep going down to the floor. Okay, the next new start is one that our friend Molly West, Sensible Stitcher. Molly, we miss you, by the way, if you happen to see this, and hope all is well with your family. But she stitched this, I believe, for her sister, maybe her sister-in-law. It's one of the most beautiful nativities. It's called the Holiest of Nights. And this is by Homespun Elegance. So what I did, and the reason I started this, is because the fabric that I had left from the top of my Hands Across the Sea sampler, there was this much that I cut off that the framer won't need. The size of that design is perfect for this design. Oh, that arm, I'm showing you my bare flappy arm. Okay, bad camera work here. So this is the top of that sampler's fabric. And what I've stitched, if I could be still, you might see it. It's a star. I've got a few crosses in the star that I need to finish. And then the start of the top of the border, which I will show you right here. So I've done the star and I've done this horizontal line. So then this will come down almost like the edge of the sky. And then from there, I think I will go to the trees. Now, I do not have these angel buttons, so I'm going to be in the market for some buttons, but I know I can look online because I would love to have those angels up in the corner. They don't have to be these particular angels. Sorry. I'm really struggling with my filming today. They do not have to be that large. In fact, I'd really rather have a little bit smaller angels, but to go up in the sky there. So I'll be looking for those buttons. Anyway, this was a start the other afternoon when I cut the fabric off the sampler. Such fun, just with the called for DMC. Okay, well actually this third one is not a new start. It was a new start back in the fall, I guess, or the winter, when we went to some new needlework stores. Anyway, this is one my husband picked out, so it's gonna have a special place, and he asked me to pull it back out. So this is also Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread, and it is called A Token of Love, and it is a small Quaker. I'm doing this with all the called for threads, some of which are specialty flosses. And I'm using the linen that was chosen for me at that needle workshop. It is Weathered Shingle by R&R. I had a fabric, yay. And it is a 36 count. So R&R Weathered Shingle. And so I pulled this back out to work on at his request. Get my board again. So what had been done was this motif, and I think I had done the 1980, which is the year we married, and then the flowers. So I just did a little bit of this the other afternoon. Aren't those the most beautiful muted shades of browns and golds and blues? So since this is 36 count, it's a little bit slower progress, but I definitely want to work on this because I think this is one he would want to go ahead and have framed. Okay, I think that's it. We're at 17 minutes, people. Not bad. Quick life update. We celebrated our 44th wedding anniversary at the end of July. We had 2 daughters who celebrated wedding anniversaries, one who celebrated a birthday, and what else? My sister and her husband had an anniversary. So much going on. Precious special event at our church this weekend. Work day the day before. That was hot work, pulling weeds. Just a lot. But we are blessed and grateful, and my stitching has definitely been a calm, steadying influence in this anxious time in which we live. So happy about that. And I know you all agree with me that our stitching can be a balm. Take good care. Let me hear from you. I'm going to keep stitching. I'm sure I'll pull out something else to work on and hopefully make some more good progress so that I'll have another finish to show you. Definitely some pieces framed, surely by the time I film again. Take good care. If you're in the path of that storm, take a special care. Try to stay home if you can. Love to all and special hugs, and we'll be visiting soon. Thank you.